It's gonna piss off a lot of people, but I need to say it, okay? Girls do like nice guys. Actual nice guys. Not low-key douchebags who do nice things sometimes and expect something in return. Because guess what? Part of being nice and being a nice guy is doing things with the expectance that you will get nothing in return.
Shut up, please. Just stop talking. Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, man, I have some ridiculous TikTok clips for you here today from modern women. This first one is begging to find a husband, okay? She's absolutely desperate. I always find it funny when I see these videos, man, of women begging to find a good man. But, you know, a lot of the good men have left, number one. And also, a lot of the good men are completely invisible to them. But here she is, begging for somebody to wife her up. Let's jump in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
What do women look for in a man? What do women look for in a man? I'm going to tell you exactly what women look for in a man. Number one, I want a man who literally doesn't know any other females. What's a female? That's exactly how I want them to respond. I barely want them to even have any contact with family members. Sorry, I'll say it. Whose mother? I don't know who that is. Sorry, don't know who that is. I also want them to be unemployed so that they can literally spend their whole day with me. We can do activities, but under one guise that they won the lottery when they're about 12, so they have enough money to pay for the food, pay for the bill, but they can stay at home with me all day. That is exciting.
Guys, I understand that this is a skit, okay? This woman's trying to be funny. She's like, haha, I'm going to make my quirky TikTok video here. But none of this crap is very funny, and also she just comes across as a psycho. You know, here's what I want in a man, and then she proceeds to list really stupid crap. Which, by the way, you know, if I go out here and I use the word female, apparently I don't like women because it's dehumanizing, but you have women using the word female, and apparently it's totally fine. You guys ever seen those clips from those people on the internet, man? And they're like, how dare you call us females? It's so dehumanizing. Like, they just get so offended by the word. It's crazy. Let's continue.
But they can stay at home with me all day. That is exciting, okay? That is exactly what I look for in a husband. Maybe someone who's kind and humble occasionally. You know, as long as they don't talk back too much, love it. Wife me up, if you will. Please. I'm looking, and I'm on the prowl.
Yeah, so she's on the prowl for a husband, guys. She's just looking. And you see, this is the one part of the video, I believe, by the way. Please wife me up. Where are the husband material men? And you already know, by the way, when women are out here looking for husbands, saying, please wife me up, I need a husband. You already know they're not looking at the average guy. They're not interested in average men. Let's continue on to the next clip here. I don't know what these are, so I'm watching them for the first time here with you today as well. So let's see what other nonsense we have. Kicking it off with this woman.
It's gonna piss off a lot of people, but I need to say it, okay? Girls do like nice guys. Actual nice guys. Not low-key douchebags who do nice things sometimes and expect something in return. Because guess what? Part of being nice and being a nice guy is doing things with the expectance that you will get nothing in return.
Shut up, please. Just stop talking. It's crazy, man. I can hit play on these videos, and these are, I want to really mention this, okay? These are fresh videos. Like, if you were to find this video, this is what she opens it up with, man. And I'm just being, you know, I'm just being yelled at here. Like, it's crazy to me how women will make these videos, instruct men on what we need to do, but just be yelling the whole time. Guys, I don't care about being nice to this woman. I have no interest, you know? Craziness.
Being nice and being a nice guy is doing things with the expectance that you will get nothing in return. But these people will like pay for dinner once and then be like, oh my god, she didn't fuck me after, what the fuck, nice guys finish last. Like, no, like, good job for paying for dinner, but you are not entitled to anything. That is part of being nice, is not being entitled to anything afterwards.
You already know, by the way, guys, here's the funny part about this situation, okay? Is women will be like, yeah, I want a nice man who pays for dinner and expects nothing, right? Here's the thing, okay? the men that this woman is attracted to, she will sleep with them without dinner anyway. Why in the hell am I going to buy you dinner? You know what I mean? Like, why are men still expected to do this crap? Good job for buying dinner. I just want a nice man. And you look at the men that these women actively pursue, right? The men that they're sleeping with, and they'll hook up with all manner of guys, none of which have to take her out on a date. So I find it funny when these women just go off at men for not giving them chivalry. But we have no incentive to do this, by the way. Absolutely none.
Dinner, but you are not entitled to anything. That is part of being nice, is not being entitled to anything afterwards. I find that the dudes who are actual nice guys will never sit there and be like, oh my god, I'm such a nice guy, I don't get anything. Because nice guys don't even really realize they're nice guys. It's always the dudes who are low-key douchebags that are like, oh my god, I do such nice things and I don't get anything. Like, congratulations, you didn't cheat on someone. Congratulations, you held the door for a girl. Like, you did the bare minimum. Congratulations, but doesn't make you a nice guy.
Yeah, so apparently, guys, you know, going out here and paying for a woman's dinner, that's just the bare minimum. You know, men investing financially, just the bare minimum, okay? But if I come out here and I say, hey, listen, just because you sleep with a guy doesn't mean that you deserve a relationship. Watch how many women get pissed off over that comment. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, just because you sleep with a man doesn't mean that you're a nice woman, okay? You should sleep with him and don't expect anything. You see how crazy it is, man? Like, these women are so incredibly dense. And I really want to mention this, okay? I want to highlight this. Women like this will go and sleep with dudes regardless of whether or not they pay the dinner if they are attracted enough to the man. The men that they're attracted to, guys, they will go straight to his house. There's no, oh, he has to plan the date or he has to do this. The women will slide in their DMs, okay? They'll reply to his stories and they will make things happen. They will send that DM on Instagram. They will reply to that guy's post that he does. You know, he'll put up something on his story. The women will reply to it. This is the way it goes, man. You know, but, oh, we have to be a nice guy and expect nothing. Get the hell out of here. Like, this is such a scam for men. And you know what the funny thing is? I don't think a lot of guys would have an issue. A lot of men truly would not have an issue paying the date, being chivalrous and things like this. But these days, number one, it's not appreciated. And number two, it's not even worth doing. If you're a guy and you go out here and you pay for a modern woman's dinner date, guys, apparently it's just the bare minimum. Like, they don't even appreciate it anyway. So what the hell's the point in doing it? I think men would be way more inclined to do this stuff if they were actually appreciated for the things that they did. But we aren't appreciated for the things that we did or we've been doing, so we just stop. So let's continue into this next clip here. This one's going to be advice for women, it seems. Goodness me, let's jump in.
At what point will you women realize that there is no reward for being picked by a guy who still thinks that he's better than you? Like, you engage in competition with other women, which is against your nature, because as women, we are cooperative in nature.
Oh, hell no. Oh, did this woman just say that women are cooperative in nature? Oh my goodness, that could not be further from the truth, man. That is very funny to me.
So you went against your own nature to prove that you are worthy enough to be with a guy who does not think that you are better than him. He thinks he's better than you. No matter how much you went out of your way to try to prove how you're better than other women, he still thinks he's better than you.
Just by the way, I don't know, dudes don't go around with this mentality thinking that they're better than you, typically. Now, yeah, there'll be some dudes, right, who just think that they're the best thing ever, okay? But a lot of guys aren't walking around out there, you know, especially when they're considering girlfriends and things like this, like, oh, I'm better than this woman. Men don't really do this. This is more of a women thing, you know? Like, guys don't... I haven't heard of a guy thinking that he's better than a woman. I've never heard a friend of mine say this. You know, I don't walk around thinking, oh, I'm better than this woman. You know, you could have a woman who's like half my height, man, right? She could make $0, and I don't walk around going, well, I'm better than that woman. Like, who the hell does this? Like, honestly, if anything, it's actually the women that do this crap. What is this woman smoking?
No matter how much you went out of your way to try to prove how you're better than other women, he still thinks he's better than you. what is the point in engaging in that competition? What is the point in winning that competition? What is the point in being in a relationship with someone who does not see you as an equal? The only reason why he picked you is because he can see that your self-esteem is so low that you are willing to compete with other women to gain his approval.
Wait. So if a man picks you, right, let's just say you've got a guy with options and he picks you, the only reason he picked you is because you have low self-esteem. Maybe the man picked that woman because he actually liked her. Maybe she was feminine. Maybe she was pleasant to be around. Maybe she was really presentable. Maybe he was the type of, she was the type of woman that he could show to his mother. You know, these women, man, a lot of them think that they're the best thing ever, you know, and things like this. Oh, but how come he chose that girl? Meanwhile, the original girl's sitting there with like half unclothed pictures of her Instagram. You can't present these people to your family. Oh, he only picked her because she has low self-esteem. Maybe she's just modest. Maybe she's pleasant to be around. Maybe she cooks a mean lasagna or something, or actually, you know, supports him in life. Maybe she has qualities that man is interested in. But no, straight away, it's like if the man committed to a different woman and not you, it's because she has low self-esteem. I also want to mention this, by the way. If you're going out there and you're actively trying to compete with a bunch of women for a dude, this is typically going to work against your favor, by the way, because usually these men who have a lot of options, they're not usually going to be the most loyal anyway. But of course, women don't want a man that no other woman is interested in. It's so funny how this works, guys. Women will actively, you know, form harems and chase the top percentage of guys. Literally, women will all aggregate on a small group of men and then complain about those men's loyalty, by the way. So it's not the best strategy. But of course, they don't want the average guy that no other woman wants, right? Because he only makes $60K a year. How's that husband material? Meanwhile, she's got like $100,000 in student debt. Stupid.
And he gave it to you temporarily by choosing you. But he's still going to take every single chance he possibly can take to remind you that you are lower than him in terms of worth, okay? And he's not going to treat you like the queen that you are, because you have proven to him that you don't even think you're a queen.
Just by the way, who is telling these women that they're queens? Man, I swear it's like all the simps and then other delusional women that just sit here and tell everybody that they're queens and they're just the best thing ever. These women are not anywhere close to queens, guys, especially the ones recording TikTok videos. Like, holy hell. Or the queen that you are. Can you guys imagine if dudes walked around and they just like gassed every other dude up, even if they were completely incompetent? You know, you've got Jim over there, okay? No offense to the Jims who are watching, right? You've got like Jim over there. Jim's unemployed, he's overweight, he's got no friends, right? All of these sorts of things. And people are like, Jim, you know what, man? You're a king, right? If a woman doesn't treat you like a king, Jim, then you've got to replace her because you deserve better. Meanwhile, Jim's over there on like his fifth packet of chips for the day and it's only 11 a.m. Like, it's so stupid, guys. All of these women, they call each other queens, even if objectively they're not, right? And I think a little roasting goes a long way. If you're not where you're supposed to be in life, perhaps you're just not a queen. Perhaps you're just not a king. And that's fine. I would rather have people that tell you, you know? Because those ones are more often than not going to be your friends. Like if you have women surrounding you that are telling you that you're a queen, even though you're intolerable, those people probably aren't your friends. This woman is not your friend. If you're a woman watching this and you're seeing this woman right here, not your friend. Women who do this, not your friend. Unless, of course, you know, if you're a fantastic woman and everything like that, that's great. But, you know, walking around thinking you're royalty, bit of an interesting one.
The thing about having self-love and self-worth and self-confidence is that you don't wait for somebody else to confirm it, especially a man who believes that he's better than you. Any dude who believes that he's better than you is not a dude that you need validation from. There's just nothing you can do to make him think that you're better than him or equal to him. And it's not a competition anyway. Why do
Wait, what? So this woman says, like, there's nothing you can do to try and make yourself appear like you're better than him, and then she goes on to say that it's not a competition. So which is it? And just by the way, men don't want to be with women who try and compete with them anyway. You know, like, I don't understand this logic of like, oh yeah, let me just get into a relationship with a man, but I just have to prove that I'm better than him. What?
do you want to be in a relationship with a man who does not think that you are equal to him and is going to make you jump through hoops to prove how worthy you are, but there's no reward, there's no prize? A lot of you girls get your self-worth out of making other women the enemy instead of the dude that you're dating. And
What? Yeah, guys, make the dude that you're dating your enemy.
that's why he treats you like the enemy. That's why even though he picked you, he treats you like an op, because he's in competition with you, because he does not see you as an actual human being. He sees you as someone who's going to temporarily validate his ego, stroke his ego, and as soon as he gets bored, he's going to triangulate you with another woman because he knows that you engage in competition with other women. And so when he needs another ego stroke, he's going to cheat, he's going to talk to another girl, he's going to pit another girl against you. Even if it's not a girl that he wants to be romantically involved with, he's going to do that with his mother, his sister, his cousin, whatever, okay? And then he's going to watch as you struggle and flail to prove yourself to him.
I don't know what the hell's going on here, man. But trust me when I say men don't think like this. Most men don't care enough to do this kind of crap, by the way. This is too much manipulation, too much mind games, too much nonsense. The average guy just wants a woman who is normal. But of course, guys, what do these women do? They go out here, they chase the top percentage of guys, and then they get treated like an option. I mean, this is really becoming the story of the last couple of decades, isn't it really, man? Women will go out here, actively select the dudes at the top, and then complain that they're in competition with other women. Like, yes, of course you're in competition with other women. You're trying to choose a dude that every woman wants. Of course you're going to struggle. Of course you're going to be in competition. This is what it means when the dude has leverage over you. And women will complain endlessly about this, by the way. You know, he has options and he treats me like an option. Yeah, this is how every woman treats every man, by the way. So you have the very top percentage of guys treating women like this. They all lose their minds collectively. But this is how men are treated by every single woman, essentially. Or at least, like, the grand majority of them.
By competing with this other woman. That's so pathetic. It's pathetic, and it's a waste of your time, and it's a waste of your youth, and it's a waste of your energy. You are a woman who is born with value. You are born with a portal of life in your body. You are inherently valuable. You do not need to be engaging in competition with anybody to prove your worth to anybody.
You know, guys, I'll agree with this woman to an extent, okay? Like, yes, women are valuable at birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, a man's going, you know, if you take a 20-year-old woman and a 20-year-old man, the woman is instantly going to be valued a lot more than the guy. But here's the thing. If you walk around with this kind of attitude, like, again, you're going to have a very hard time attracting a man, particularly one that respects himself, man, because nobody wants a woman like this. Nobody wants a woman who's walking around thinking that she's a princess and she's the greatest thing ever and she's got so much, quote, you know, confidence. This woman says confidence, but what she's really displaying here is just arrogance.
Especially a man. Men are the ones who created systems of competition in order to prove their worth in society because they know that deep down at their core, they are not worthy of a woman unless they can prove to her that they can take care of her, that they can protect her, that they can provide for the offspring.
Just by the way, nobody's interested in proving themselves to you.
She will use her body to create and birth into the world. This is your sign to stop seeking male validation and to stop putting male validation on such a high pedestal. When you validate yourself as a woman, everybody else will validate you also. And if they don't, it doesn't affect you because you've already validated yourself. These guys want you to be seeking their validation and seeking their approval because it gives them power over you. Why do you want a dude who doesn't even have $100 in the bank account to have power over you? Why?
Well, obviously, it's because they're attracted to the man. This is why women do this crap, man. Like, again, this is what I said earlier in the video, okay? So this woman is sitting here talking about a dude that doesn't have $100 in his bank account. And, you know, she's saying, why is it that women will fuss over this guy who hasn't even got $100? I'll tell you the reason why. It's because he's a short-term option. He's the attractive dude. You know, she's not thinking about long-term relationships and stuff like this. She's partying it up. She's in her 20s. And this is what women do, guys, is from like 20 to up until they're pushing 30. They'll do this crap all the time. Doesn't really matter. You know, yes, money will help attract them. I mean, what woman doesn't love money, okay? But they'll just go after the highly attractive dudes. That's really what it boils down to. They will absolutely chase these guys. But the nice men, okay, when she's pushing 30, the nice men have to start contributing to her. And this is the thing that women will sell you, man, is like, you have to take them out on a date, okay? You have to pay for the dinner. You have to expect nothing, right? But the man who's highly attractive, who doesn't even have $100 in his bank account, oh, he gets it all for free. All of it. He gets the woman's body. She'll love him. She'll compete for him. And all of these sorts of things. It's very repulsive, man, because you get these women who push into their 30s and they'll go out there and they'll snag some simp or some dude who will actually take care of her. And this dude will finally think to himself like, oh yeah, I won. I finally got that woman. I got my girl, you know? But she's only there using him for his resources. She's still interested in that guy who didn't even have $100.
You have the power to bring life into this world. He doesn't even have $100 to his name. And you're giving him your power by telling him it's important for you to validate me and for me to be picked by you, dude who doesn't have $100. See how crazy that sounds? Ladies, please snap out of it. Snap out of it. Stop competing with other girls. Stop competing with other women for the attention of a particle of dust.
Just by the way, women can't stop competing with other women unless they stop chasing the top percentage of guys. This is how this works. I mean, you can complain about the quote-unquote market all that you like, but the fact of the matter is, if you're competing for a small subset of men, which most of these women are, you are going to be in competition with other women. That's just how it works. I don't make the rules, okay? Because the other women are also interested in him as well. So then it becomes a question of, okay, why should this man commit to you? Why should he wife you up? Why should he make you into his girlfriend? And a lot of these men don't really have a reason to do that, especially for women who are, who are as arrogant as this one.
It's not your responsibility to prove how valid you are or how worthy you are of male attention by competing with other women, okay? That is a system made up by men. It's irrelevant. It's nonsense. It's made up. You can stop playing that game whenever you decide. But the first step to deciding that you want to stop playing this game is deciding that you no longer need their validation. They don't even validate themselves. They don't even validate themselves, ladies. How do you want someone who has less than $100 and doesn't validate themselves to validate you? Set on that one.
Just by the way, so this woman says, listen, stop competing for these men. You know, you don't need to compete for a man who has less than $100. The funny thing is, guys, like if women go out here and they stop competing for these guys, they just won't get any attention from the men whatsoever. You really think that they're going to stop chasing these men? I don't think so. I think they'll continue to go out there and do the exact same thing. Let's continue into the next clip here. Don't know what this one is. This woman looks like she's going to absolutely ruin our day. Let's take a listen. I think what's really interesting for me about let's jump in. Is she going to say patriarchy? Hopefully not.
It's really interesting for me about the girls only want to date rich, financially stable, successful men. They don't want to be with a guy who doesn't have it all figured out rhetoric that you see a lot of men using on here.
How many seconds are we in here, by the way? Like 5 seconds? 10 seconds? What are we, like 11 seconds into this video, and I can already see why men don't want to date her. I can already see why she's bitter. I can already see why she's angry. It's like, holy hell, man.
Is that in real life, from what I've seen at least, it's often the other way around. It's actually these men who don't have their shit together entirely that end up rejecting the women who want to date them most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, particularly when women are younger. I'll agree with that. Here's where it changes, guys. Where it really changes is like, there's kind of like a different sliders, you know what I mean? And the older a woman gets, particularly without having kids, without getting married, without, actually having a good career of herself, even then, but the older she gets, usually the more women start to value resources in a man. They'll still go out there and sleep with the broke guys who are incredibly attractive. But yeah, women are absolutely out here begging to date the dudes who are highly attractive. Usually it changes a little bit later on, but they realize that they're never going to get these men. They're pushing 30, they need to have kids, so they quote unquote settle. And then they'll get with a dude who has some resources or the means to take care of her if she can. But yeah, women are absolutely out here chasing dudes who are highly attractive, even though the men are broke.
Entirely, that end up rejecting the women who want to date them most of the time. I'm 24 years old. I'm living in New York City. I would say most of my female friends I would describe as like self-confident, self-actualized, independent women who have a lot going for them.
Oh my goodness. Sounds like a nightmare. Like, whenever women give this, did she say New York City? Of course she did. Like, whenever women do this spiel, man, they're like, yeah, all of my friends, we're strong and independent. We've got our careers going on. It's funny because it's not the careers that put men off, but it's just that strong and independent, and they've got a lot going on for them. Like, these phrases, they don't actually, what they really translate to is that the women are really arrogant and they're horrible to be around. Guys don't care about your career. I've said this many times. But usually, what men hear when you say these string of words is that you're argumentative, you're annoying to deal with, you're insufferable, you're going to nag him. I'm strong and independent. I have a lot going on in my life. All of my friends, you know, it's like, stop. Just stop.
Self-confident, self-actualized, independent women who have a lot going for them. And when you talk to them, it's clear they really don't care if the guy that they're dating is rich or already successful in his career. They're just looking for companionship and love. They already feel satisfied in the other aspects of their life, so they don't care if the guy they like doesn't fully have his shit together.
Yeah, so let's see what happens when they hit 30. Let's see if that changes, first of all. Second of all, yeah, of course, they're going to attract, you know, they're going to choose these attractive guys. They're not, it's funny because she says that these women are looking for companionship and love. They're not. They're just looking for men who are attractive. Like, if these women were looking for companionship and love, they can absolutely find it. Women can find companionship and love. It's a DM away on Instagram for every single one of them. Right? Unless she's like, you know, hasn't got an Instagram or she's got some sort of like very severe disability or some crap like that, right? But women can go out there and they can absolutely find companionship and love within 12 hours. Easy done. But again, they're just chasing attractive men. This is complete nonsense what this woman is saying.
They already feel satisfied in the other aspects of their life, so they don't care if the guy they like doesn't fully have his shit together. But it's the men who don't have their shit together who don't like them. Like,
Wow, what a surprise. The men are not interested in your career. They don't care. They don't care if you're so strong and independent and you're self-actualized and confident. It's almost like these things don't increase your ability to get a man. Crazy. Guys, wild. I don't know who's been saying that this whole time, you know, like, wow, if only you listen to men for like 2 seconds.
I've seen so many of my most beautiful, perfect, confident female friends
Perfect.
get just fumbled or ghosted by actual bums.
Yeah, guys. Hey, listen. Why are you fumbling these amazing, career-driven, beautiful, you know, perfect women, guys? These strong and independent, confident, self-actualized women. Why are the men fumbling them? We don't care. Like, none of these, this is like me, guys, going out here and being like, yeah, I know dudes, and they, you know, they get their nails done every Tuesday. They're the most, they're so beautiful. You know, these guys, they're so slender. Okay, they can cook a mean lasagna. But all of these perfect men, they're just not getting chosen by the women. It's like, it's almost like men are not interested in women who compete in masculine fields. It's not that men are like, if you have a great career, that's fine. But like, men just don't care. You know, this is not something that men are looking for their wife or something like this. If they're looking for the mother of their children, they don't give a damn. This is not something that makes men go like, oh wow, you know, I didn't consider her as an option, but then I realized that she was a lawyer. Said no dude ever. I didn't consider her as an option, but guys, you wouldn't believe how self-actualized and confident she is. Like, if your friend came up to you and said that, he's like, you know what? She's just so confident and self-actualized. She's really strong and independent. I'd be like, man, are you okay? Like, what is going on? What happened? Are you okay? Did you hit your head or something?
And it's so clear in all these situations that the guy felt insecure or intimidated, either on a subconscious or conscious level, by.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, all the men. So let me get this straight. The men fumble you. They just don't want you. And the men are intimidated on a subconscious level. Interesting.
The fact that my friend had it together. So what we end up with is a situation where even the women who are very open to dating a guy who doesn't have it all together, who isn't rich or already successful, they're rejected by those men. And so their only dating options,
crazy.
the only men that are interested in them, end up being either older men most of the time or men their age who already have a lot going for them.
This woman, guys, is just so lost. I swear to you, this is the problem when you don't actually, when you're trying to attract a man and you don't listen to what men want. This is where you end up, by the way. You know, I see a lot of videos from women and they're like, I don't care what a man wants. I don't need to know. It's like, okay, fine. But then you watch them go out and date and try and lock down a man and they can't do it. You know, like a good strategy would be, hey, listen to what men say that they want. Go out there and try it, right? Go out there and actually choose a good man, not the top percentage guy, but actually follow the things that men tell you to do. And you'll probably find that it works out a lot better for you. The problem is, guys, is you have so many of these women who think that they're above the average man. So not only will they refuse to adopt the qualities that men are interested in, they'll refuse to even acknowledge that they exist or try to learn about them. Not only will they fail all of that, but then they won't even apply them to the correct men if they do anyway. You know, because they don't want an average guy, especially when they're pushing 30. You know, when they're in their early 20s and stuff like this, yeah, they'll absolutely chase a dude who's got no money, who's highly attractive and things like this. But as they get older, particularly the ones who don't have kids, who aren't married and things, they start to look more at the finances of the man. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. That was hilarious. I can't imagine why all of these, you know, guys, we're just fumbling these perfect women, it seems. Crazy. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.